So I'm always looking for the queen. She can be anywhere, but she's most likely to be where there's brood.
Year-round, things are abuzz at Coy Bee Company in Wiggins, Mississippi.
And this is honey they made last year.
Stephen Coy is a second-generation beekeeper, and in 2014, he and his wife Angela founded Coy Bee Company.
So my dad started keeping bees kind of as a hobby when I was 2. When I was 13, he started as a full-time. He quit his day job and started keeping bees full-time. And so I mean, I've got a master's degree. I could have done, anything I wanted to do, but I just always came back to keeping bees.
Yeah, so this is a queen cage. See, I put a queen. I raised queens, and I put a queen in there and made a new hive and put pollen patties. That's left over from putting pollen patties in there. And
as far as residential commercial beekeepers, there's only about 15 or 17 in the state. But we have a lot of guys who come from the north, Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, who bring their bees down in October and overwinter their bees here. It's very important, beekeeping is in Mississippi, to the nation's beekeeping supply. Bees are the most efficient pollinators that there are, and almond pollination is the biggest pollination event in the country, in the world. 2.4 million colonies go to the almonds every year during January, February, March, and a significant portion of those come from Mississippi. Because I keep bees mostly on the coast in the 6 coastal counties, or at least in 5 of the 6 coastal counties, I move everything out in summer, in June or in July, to get them off the coast away from storms. And so I got to move them up. And I move bees up to Noxubee County, and I take bees up to Alcorn County. The honey prices are so low that you can't make a living just as a honey producer. You have to have some other way of making a living. The price of honey is so low because of imports, and a lot of these imports are adulterated. It's not even real honey. So pollination is one avenue where you can make additional income from running bees, or you can sell queens and nukes. That's what I do. Nucleus, that's short for nucleus colony. It's the center, be the 5 middle frames of a hive. You have the queen, brood, bees, a little bit of honey, and so you can buy that to get started, put that in your full-size equipment, and off you go with a little beehive. Or you can bottle honey. I know a good friend that bottles his honey. And I'll bottle a little bit. A water-jacketed tank, so it's heated. And see, the honey comes from the other room, goes through a filter or a strainer.
yeah, honey's sold by weight, not volume. So a quart jar, which these are quarts, a quart weighs 3 pounds. A pint of honey weighs 1.5 pounds. Commercial beekeeping is farming, and the weather affects our business just like it affects a corn grower or cotton grower's business. But we're not a commodity. We're a small specialty crop nationwide. So what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about doing this for a living? I said, don't. It's hard. It's hard. If you want to be a profitable beekeeping business, you got to do something other than just make honey. You got to pollinate crops, whether that's only almonds, or some guys pollinate watermelons and cucumbers, and some guys pollinate blueberries. And it's like farming. It's not easy. If it's easy, everybody could do it.